Very fast delivery. Packaging could have been better. They just used plastic cover. Installed immediately and got impressive results. See pic. More than 2,400 megabytes per second read and 1,800 megabytes per second write. Actual storage space is 465 gigabytes. Other system specs: Ryzen 3 3200G GB A320 MS2H, BIOS updated to latest F52A, SCLEF 4 Ripjaws V16 GB, 8x2, DDR4 3000 MHz Windows 10 Enterprise 2019 LTSC, fully debloated, Kingston A400 480 GB SATA SSD. This is boot drive presently. We'll update this after doing a proper fresh install of every product is made in Malaysia. Update. So I did a full factory reset, and everything works well. Very fast boot and uploading. There was a small issue with UEFI and legacy conflicting. Somehow, my motherboard was set to legacy mode, so I had to change it to UEFI option in BIOS. Anyways, best results. High speed OS, running Photoshop, Android Studio and Virtual Machine at the same time. I bought this for my Dell Optiplex desktop and I must say this is one of the best and cheapest upgrades that can be done on a laptop or desktop. I know a lot of people will have questions about SSDs, so I will try to explain things a bit. There are basically three types of SSD, 2. 5-inch SATA interface, M2, mSATA, M2, NVMe. But what's the difference? Now you might have noticed I have written M2 type 2 times. That's the catch. They look similar but perform entirely differently. mSATA sticks uses the same communication channels as the 2. 5-inch SATA drive. The maximum speeds that can be attained on mSATA is around 550 megabytes per second. But in NVMe you can get close to 2,000 megabytes per second or even as high as 3,000 megabytes per second. Many people are unaware of this factor and end up buying M2 mSATA or 2. 5-inch SATA SSDs. You should always go for a NVMe-based one, if your motherboard supports it. NVMe works on actual PCIe bus and not SATA lines. WD Blue series also comes in 3 variants mentioned above. The mSATA and NVMe sticks looks very similar, except that mSATA has 2 cuts, M key, and NVMe has only 1 B key. So before you buy, just check your M2 slot how it looks. If it has only 1 cut, it must support NVMe. Go for the NVMe variant. Performance and disk size: I bought the 250 GB variant and what I get is 1,800 megabytes per second read and 900 megabytes per second write for sequential read. There is a catch there also. If you buy the higher GB variants, you can get double this write speed. That means 1,500 megabytes per second on 512 gigabytes and 1,600 megabytes per second on 1 terabyte version. Read speeds are more or less same. How SSDs make the system fast. Many people follow the logic that upgrading RAM is the best way to upgrade your system. But no. If you replace your hard disk, it can actually act as RAM, page file or swap, as well as your internal memory. A lot of new laptops with SSD come nowadays with just 4 GB RAM. Still they're fast. Now, how it works. SSD comes with a considerable amount of transfer speed, especially for small files. Hard disks are really slow when it comes to small tiny files. Average 4K read speeds of hard disks are 3 or 4 megabytes per second, while for SSD it's 200 to 300 megabytes per second, which is like a 100 times faster. Most of the system operations read/write small files, which makes hard disks sluggish. Forget about the 1,800 megabytes per second sequential speed for large files. That's yet another factor. Click link in description for more reviews.